Chapter 29, Double Trouble. When Mal left the meeting, Mal's first thought was that her friend wanted to get a head start on walking to Trolltown, where her group was going to search. Mal wanted to take a break too, before the four of them had to embark on this journey even deeper underground. The aqua-haired girl ascended the stone steps, and Mal was about to call out to her when Maddie checked her watch, picked up the speed, and disappeared into the maze of streets. Mal also couldn't help but notice that Maddie kept looking over her shoulder nervously as she made her way through the dark alleyways. When she took off through the back way, cutting across Hellhall's garden, going right instead of heading left for Trolltown, it became clear that she wasn't going where she'd been assigned after all. Mal watched as she ducked behind a corner and overheard bits of a whispered conversation between Maddie and an unknown stranger. Something about catacombs and Doom Cove. What was going on? Why wasn't Maddie going with her group? And who had she been talking to? Mal's curiosity was piqued, and she decided to keep following her. The group could figure out the plan with Yensid, but she wanted to find out what her old friend was up to. She followed Maddie through the maze of streets, down Payne Lane, and past Goblin's Wharf, which was desolate and abandoned instead of the usual hive of goblin activity. Mal wished she could send her friends a text explaining where she was. She just hoped they wouldn't worry. She'd be back as soon as she found out what Maddie was doing. Maddie led her back on the main road, and Mal had to lag behind farther so she couldn't be caught. They passed the Bargain Castle, and Maddie kept going, headed down Bitter Boulevard and right to the end of the island by the rickety bridge. Mal stepped onto the bridge and whirled around. Mal, you could come out now. I know you're following me. You got me, said Mal, stepping into the light and walking toward Maddie. She knew when the game was up. Why'd you leave the meeting so fast? Is something going on? Maddie peered around in the dark. As fast as Mal could see, there was nothing. The waters were black, and there was no one else on the bridge. Just the sound of the waves and the light from the shattered lighthouse. Yes, said Maddie hesitantly, as if unsure whether to trust Mal. What? Asked Mal. Before the meeting, I got an anonymous letter saying that Evil Queen, Cruella, and Jafar would be returning from the catacombs after midnight. They would be at Doom Cove. But why didn't you say anything at the meeting? Why go alone then? Asked Mal, not sure if she believed her. She'd always had fun with Mad Maddie, but Evie was right. There was something off about her. Why hadn't she seen it before? Maybe because she was having too much fun indulging in old bad habits. Maddie's green eyes blazed. Don't you see? The anti-heroes are the only ones who even know about the Catacombs of Doom. Yensid warned us that there might be double operatives in the club. I couldn't take the risk of letting them know that I knew. But who could it be? Everyone seems so sincere, said Mal, wondering who had betrayed them. It could be anyone. They're a bunch of villains. Mal. Come on. Do you really believe all of them would give up just like that? The professor thinks everyone is redeemable, but that can't be true, sniffed Maddie. Of course there's a bad egg in the bunch. I can always smell one. Who do you think it is? Asked Mal. My money's on Harry or Jace. Their fathers are still Cruella's loyal minions. Mal considered this. It was hard to believe that anyone back at the meeting could be so two-faced, and Harry and Jace seemed more bumbling than malicious. Maybe someone else on the isle knows that Cruella, Jafar, and Evil Queen went down into the catacombs to look for the talismans. It doesn't have to be someone in our group. If the three of them knew about it, they might have told someone before they left. Maybe, said Maddie, but I doubt it. Who were you talking to back there? Asked Mal. Oh, just some goblin. I told them to find me if they catch sight of Jafar, Cruella DeVille, or Evil Queen. Show me the message, said Mal. Maddie handed her the note written in green ink. Doom Cave. Prepare for our return to the Isle of the Lost. Talismans acquired. Alert troops. That's Doom Cove right there, said Maddie, pointing to the dark, sandy stretches of beach below. Who are the troops? Wondered Mal. You don't think they mean a goblin army, do you? There weren't enough villains on the isle to put together a real battalion, and troops signified that whoever had sent the message was readying for a large-scale operation. Of course it means goblin army. How else would they take down Oregon? Said Maddie. Are you sure you didn't tell anyone about it? Mal said, thinking of the conversation she'd overheard earlier. Duh, like I told you, of course not. No one can know, said Maddie. We need to get help. I'll go back, said Mal, turning away. Maddie was obviously lying about telling someone, and Mal figured the easiest way to handle it was to get backup. No, we need to stay here in case they do arrive. What if we miss it and they slip away? Said Maddie. We should follow them and call for help later so we don't lose them. Don't you trust me? Mal understood that Maddie was testing her, and while she had a feeling that she shouldn't stay, she realized it wasn't safe to leave Maddie on her own at this point. She had to figure out what the girl was up to.